Hi,
Hello.
my name is Asilbek Yusupov. I'm going to be your speaking examiner for today. First, can you tell me your full name, please?
It's Abubakr Tolibov.
Okay. What should I call you, Abubakr?
You can call me Abubakr.
Okay, Abubakr, in this first part, I will ask you some questions about yourself. Let's talk about what you do. Do you work or are you a student?
I'm a college dropout, actually. But the funny thing is, I've applied to another university and I've been already accepted. So I'm starting my bachelor's degree again in September. I also have a part-time job as an IELTS instructor.
All right. So what are you going to study at university?
I'm going to study ELT, English, teaching English language as a second language.
All right. Why did you choose this major?
Well, because it's my job. I've been doing teaching for 5 years. So I think I'm pretty good at it now. And yeah, I hope to do a good career out of it.
Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do after finishing university?
Okay. So the reason actually why I'm applying for this university is because it gives me access to a better job, which is to be an IELTS speaking examiner. And yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's move on to another topic, gifts. What kinds of gifts are popular in your country?
Okay. I think our people are not very, crazy about giving gifts. And they don't usually put too much thought into it. So it can be pretty, crude as just giving people money or some kind of sweets, right? Like nothing special, like, I don't know, CDs or some albums. Yeah.
Okay. What's the best gift you've ever received?
It's got to be my watch. So it was a gift for my birthday in my previous workplace. I never wore it because I don't wear watches, but I think it was a nice gesture.
Why do people give gifts?
Okay. I think gifts usually, like, people exchange gifts just to, share, kindness, happiness. I don't know.
Okay. Do you like to give expensive gifts?
It depends. I think I like to give expensive gifts to people that are important. For example, to my boss or some important business contacts, I would like to choose something that's expensive. Yeah.
Do you think your home is clean and tidy?
Unfortunately, no. I have to admit that I'm not a very organized person. And I rarely clean my room, maybe like once a week. So, yeah.
Okay. So do you often do housework?
I do my own laundry and my own, like ironing my clothes. But I usually eat out, so no cooking. And like I said, cleaning is also it's occasional, not very regular.
Mm-hmm. Do you like cooking?
No, because growing up, my mother was the one who cooked all the food, and now I like to eat out, like I said. So cooking has never been my forte.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And last question: what housework do you dislike?
I dislike cooking.
You dislike cooking. Okay. Yes. So that's the end of part one. We'll now move on to part two. In part two, I will give you a topic and I would like to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. Before you start, I will give you 1 minute to take notes. So first, here is some paper and a pencil. And I would like you to describe some technology, such as an app, phone, or software program that you decided to stop using. So here's your topic, and you have 1 minute starting from now. All right, so your time is up. Can you please start speaking now?
For many years, I used smartphone. It was an important part of my life. I needed it for my work and for my studies too, maybe. But then recently, about a month ago, I decided that I had lost my peace of mind because of this smartphone, because I had too many apps on it and I just couldn't control myself. Yeah. So then I decided that maybe I could switch to a mobile phone, with buttons. And so I had this, like impulse, and I did it in the heat of the moment. I thought, like many people warned me that I would come to regret this decision. But it's been, like I said, a month or two, and there wasn't a moment when I, regretted the decision. Yeah, there were moments when when I really needed my phone. It would have been very handy if I had my smartphone with me. For example, the other day I was literally, at home and there was no electricity. I had to pay my bills, but I didn't have my phone with me. However, if I look at the benefits that I've gotten out of it, now I have much clarity in my thinking. And yeah, my life in general has improved a lot. I've replaced my smartphone with a Kindle as well. So now I read a lot more than I used to, which I think is a useful thing. And yeah, my overall quality of life is higher now because of this change that I made.
Right. Thank you. That's the end of part 2. Now we'll move on to part 3. So in part 3, I would like to ask you some questions related to the topic you just discussed. Let's talk about computer games first. What kinds of computer games do people play in your country?
Okay, so I think popular ones are Counter-Strike and the one called Dota. So one is about strategy, and the other, it's like teamwork and it's your reaction timing. I think these are the main appeals of these games. Yeah.
Okay. And why do people enjoy playing computer games?
Okay, so I think one reason is that it's a form of escapism. When people are not happy in their lives and they can't find anything exciting in their lives, they resort to virtual world and playing video games. Yeah, okay, I think that's the main reason.
Do you think that all computer games should have a minimum age for players?
I wouldn't say so, although I understand where this concern is coming from. I think some or many computer games that are popular, they include a lot of violence, and children, for example, under the age of, 16, people are worried that when they're exposed to so much, violence, it can affect their behavior negatively, but I don't really think that that's the case. I think everybody, including their age, regardless of their age, understand clearly that this is not real life, and it's just a form of entertainment, and I think it's pretty harmless.
Okay. In what ways can technology in the classroom be helpful?
Okay, so technology, I think, can be really useful in classroom. Well, it can make lessons more interactive. So, for example, in my workplace now, we have these smart boards where everything is, easier and more convenient, and also new tools like AI, they help both teachers and students. Yeah, so they streamline the process of teaching.
Do you agree that students are often better at using technology than their teachers?
Yeah, I think that's the case. I think technology, especially these new technologies, are so they're pretty new, and teachers who are usually from older generations, they're not very comfortable using these pieces of technology, whereas children, they're growing up with them, and yeah, naturally they're more tech savvy compared to their teachers.
Do you believe that computers will replace human teachers in the future?
Okay, so I can definitely see that happening. because like there's this view that nothing can replicate or replace the human connection between teachers and students. I don't agree with that at all. I think AI is already progressing very quickly and doing a good job at, I don't know, like it's very knowledgeable. It has access to a lot of data, and it's usually more creative as well. So I don't see why it shouldn't do a better job at teaching than human teachers.
Thank you. That's the end of our exam. Thank you for coming. So let's analyze this candidate's performance. If you talk about part 1, you can see that his answers were brief but concise. So that's what you do in part 1. Don't give any long, complicated answers. Just try to keep your answers simple and short and move on to the next one. That's it. In part 2, now don't hold anything back. Try to speak for as long as possible because your fluency has to shine in part 2, and that's what our candidate did. As you can see, he did speak for almost 2 minutes until I interrupted him. When it comes to part 3, that's where you have to discuss abstract and complex ideas, and that's where you have to show your fluency, but not just fluency, but also your vocabulary and your grammar. So please try to use your most, I wouldn't say complex, but maybe like less common vocabulary, especially in parts 2 and 3. Now, the most interesting part. Let's talk about the candidate's score. As you know, we have 4 marking criteria. So we have fluency and coherence, 1 criteria. Then we have 1 criterion, Then we have pronunciation, grammatical range and accuracy, and finally lexical resource. Let's start with fluency and coherence. Now, when it comes to fluency, he didn't hesitate almost. He did show some hesitation, but his hesitation was content related, not language related. And that's why he could definitely get at least 8, if not 9 for this criteria. Now, when it comes to pronunciation, he did show some connected speech and he didn't make any mistakes with regard to his pronunciation of almost every single word. So I would give him 9 again. Grammar. Now, just for grammar, try not to make any grammar mistakes. That's it. And try to use varied structures. So if you don't make any grammar mistakes, and if you try to use different grammatical structures, you're good with grammar. So for grammar, again, I would give him band 9. And finally, lexical resource. I would say his vocabulary was probably the best aspect of his speech, because I did pick out lots of interesting, less common expressions. Like, for example, college dropout, or escapism, what else? Tech savvy, or in the heat of the moment. So if you try to use such kind of vocabulary, then you can definitely get 7+. And for him, I would definitely give 9 for vocabulary as well. So overall, we have fluency and coherence, probably 8. Pronunciation 9, grammar 9, and lexical resource and vocabulary 9. So lexical resource 9, which means we have 3, 9, and 1, 8. The overall score for this speech or for this performance would be 8.5, not 9.